They're calling me, I gotta go, but enjoy the show. We're gonna have a lot of fun and I'll catch up with you guys later. I am doing some hair brushing because we're here at the Hilton in Irvine, which is right next to, it's technically Irvine, but it's like at the airport in Costa Mesa next to John Wayne. This is where we are doing our press conference and weigh-ins for FloGrappling, who's number 122. And so that's why I'm in the bathroom with this little baby brush that they keep in my purse because it's like the most handy thing ever, has little butterflies on it. Anyway, we got this, we got the fit going on, we got hair brushed, we have lip liner on, for God's sake, and we have my favorite shirt from Aritzia. And this nice little Ring Concierge is like my favorite jewelry company right now. So this is the perfect cut for that. And I know that a lot of people are here in joggers and t-shirts, and I'm well aware that I feel out of place, but at the same time, I feel like our press conference is supposed to be fancy. So I'm here with makeup on and little ballet flats. I mean, if that doesn't tell you how fancy I am, nothing will. So let's do it. We're gonna go interview the athletes and find out what tomorrow's gonna look like.
Welcome back to Michelle's cam. Welcome to the official weigh-ins for WNO 22, Nick Rodriguez versus Victor Hugo. It's all going down tomorrow, February 9th at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We got 10 total matches for you guys. 4 of them are going to be free on the FloGrappling YouTube channel, so go subscribe to there now. And then the rest of them, the 6 other matches, are going to be on the main card. You got to get a subscription on FloGrappling.com if you want to watch those. But it's going to be an action-packed night. 2 titles on the line, a main event match that you won't want to miss. Let's go ahead and kick off our weigh-ins video today here. Up first, we're going to have Kiehl Chambers versus Dory Allen. Let's get Kiehl out here. Kiehl representing 10th Planet. You want to go ahead and just step on? You can face the camera though, face the camera. Nice. Kiehl weighing in at 183.2. You want to step over here. And we got Dory. Dory representing Checkmat. Dory weighing in at 186.0. You want to step in front of the scale? You guys can face each other.
Yeah.
Very nice. Now face the camera.
It's nice to just like relax now.
Perfect.
What's up, guys? We're here with Sebastian Rodriguez. It's going to be his second match on Who's Number 1, and he's fighting Jacob Couch. Now, you had a match with Oliver Taz on Who's Number 1 before. One of the craziest matches that I've personally, one of my favorite matches of all time, actually, on Who's Number 1. How are you feeling like that rule set and that time length and that exhausting match prepared you coming into a match with a really well-rounded opponent?
Yeah.
And I would say, like, someone who doesn't necessarily have a style like Taz or have a style like you. Like, I think Jacob Couch has a very slow and controlled style, whereas your style, you thrive in the scramble. So how do you see that playing out?
I'm trying to just focus more on my strengths. I'm a little bit more confident about the roster right now. I think I have a really good pace, so 15 minutes is not a problem for me. I like long fights, I like to push up the pace, and I'm just like trying to focus on my strengths, ready to put a show for the fans. And yeah, now that I'm more comfortable, I know what I have to do to win.
Yeah, I definitely would say your style is like very spicy, right? And you bring that, where are you from? Where's your country?
Costa Rica.
So you bring that Costa Rican style, right? You bring the spice to the match. Because, you know, we see someone like Jacob Couch has very strong leg locks, very strong closed guard. And those positions, once you get locked in, it's hard to use that scrambly style.
Right?
Yeah, so what do you think about that?
I mean, Jacob is like a great opponent, you know, he has so much strength. When I'm gonna fight somebody, I try to don't focus that much on that person's strengths and like just focus more on like what I can do, like to impose on my game. I know he has great leg locks, great close guard, but you know, in my mind, it's gonna be all me. You know, I sign up to fight, and you know, I think I have what it takes to win.
Where do you think you're gonna make the fight go? Like, if you had it your way, where would you take the fight?
I sign up for a war, so I just want like the fans to have a beautiful match wherever it goes. If I end up on bottom, you know, I'm always looking for submission, sweep, making an exciting match. If he want to wrestle, let's wrestle. If you want to like play guard, I'll try to pass, and yeah, you know, anything. Make sure you guys tune in because it's gonna be spicy.
All right, guys, we have the one and only Amanda Alequin, otherwise known as Tubby, looking like the cutest little Powerpuff princess here at the weigh-ins. Tell me about this fit you got going on.
So this is custom exclusively made by Dante. They honestly did awesome. I told them when I signed for this match, they were quick on it. It took like 6 weeks for production, but they made this gear exclusively for me, inspired by like the Powerpuff Girls. So there you have it.
We love that feminine spice coming into the weigh-ins.
I love it. That's why I said I was like, I'm pink.
Barbie vibes.
Barbie era.
Yes,
Barbie
Jiu-Jitsu
era.
Barbie. So tell me about your match. We had originally expected to see you with Fionn Davis, which is an incredible match, but there's quite a bit of a weight difference there. I think normally in the weights you normally compete against your your last year's #1 match was at 115? Was that right? 125, but you've been 115 too, right?
Yeah, so I like to dabble between the two.
Right. Okay, so we were really looking forward to that match. I'm sure we'll see it again in the future. But I was stoked when they brought Adele in to replace Fionn. We hope she gets better soon. She had an injury, I believe. So with Adele coming in, ADCC veteran, absolutely incredible athlete from Oceania, now training out of AOJ. What were your thoughts when you were offered this new opponent?
Honestly, I personally, they gave me 2 different options that they were going to look into. I immediately wrote to Adele,
and
I was like, hey,
please take
so,
this way.
Yes, I was like, so I know they already contacted you because they mentioned to me that they were going to ask you. I'm like, so please, I don't know what you got going on. I'm like, but if you take this match, I was like, I'd be eternally grateful. I know it's last minute. And she was a doll, dude. When she quickly responded to me, told me that she was still in the, on their end trying to fix things up, but she said she accepted, and I was like, bro, let's go. She was awesome. I was very excited because she's been super active this year, and I mean, she's been on a tear. She's been killing it, and she's scrappy. She's not really 125 either. I can tell she weighed in this morning lighter too, but she's smaller, but she's scrappy, she's fast, she's technical, and she's well-rounded, so I'm excited. I was like, this is just as good, man. So hey, she's number 4 right now. It's gonna be a banger too. I know she scraps, so
it is gonna be a banger because you both do have a really explosive, fun style, and you're probably almost exactly the same weight you weigh in. Yeah, exactly the same, super fun style. But she is newly training in California, so this is like her new hometown. How do you feel? Like, I know that you have been competing all over the world and traveling to different countries to do that. What is it feeling to be competing kind of in the OG center of Jiu-Jitsu? We got Worlds, Pan Am, well now Pan Am's moved. But now Pan Am's moved to your neck of the woods. Before, everything was here.
As soon as we pulled up, I'm like, this is for me Pans. This is Pans, Irvine, California. I'm like, this is Pan Am. Now I've done 2 Pan Americans, and one of them was in New York, so I've only done Pans. I've done Pans maybe 2 or 3 times. It was probably in California. One of them was in New York for no-gi. But the last couple times I've been here, it's been in the same area. So everything's familiar. Like, me and my husband are driving. We're like, have we been to this place before? I think we've been here before. So everything's coming back. It's nostalgic. It's cool. It's my gi era days,
I love it. Just now in the powder puff.
That's right.
Right? So with your style, we always expect you to come out, not just with like great jiu-jitsu, but a lot of swag. You got your chain, you got the music. So bringing that swag in tomorrow, I think one of the things that fans admire about you so much is you always look like you're there to have fun, but you're also there to like really kick ass, right? So is that the Tubby that we're going to see tomorrow too?
100%, man. So I love like, all the girls that show up, especially Adele for taking this match last minute. I've always been a fan of her, and I'm even more respect her, like more than I have before, which is crazy because I don't know if I can respect someone even more. But I'll tell you what, all the respect I have for her, like once we get on that mat, we're there for the same thing. So yeah, it's always business when I get on there, but afterwards, like all love, bro. But of course, when they ring that bell and until it ends, like it's all business from there.
Death do us part.
So you can expect nonstop from me, 100% always.
Amazing. We're gonna see some fireworks. We're gonna see some Barbie Jiu-Jitsu girl in action, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Super excited. Thank you, Kendall.
Awesome. Oh, you're so sweet. This is like probably my most interviewed person of all time because he can't stop winning. So every time we're standing on the mat again, I'm like, hello, again, let's go through the same questions. But a little different this time. Yes, since we have pre-match. I usually talk to you after you're winning, okay? So I know you're gonna be looking to win tomorrow, but we've got Tainan Dalpra's 2nd official black belt no-gi fight. This is a bigger step up, right, than your last match, right? Not to discount Troy, he's an amazing athlete, but Taz is a lot more accomplished on our no-gi circuit. So what are you feeling meeting this challenge coming into tomorrow?
I felt like it was the right step for me. I've spoke with FloGrappling, and I said that I wanted to do a little bit different than what I did to the gi. I think like it took me a few years for me to develop to who I am nowadays, and if I could speed up that process. So the only way to do it is to face the challenge along the way as quick as possible. So this is my 2nd match no-gi as a black belt, and like I said, I'm looking to do matches back to back, as quick as possible. So it's gonna be a good one.
Nice. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you're looking to be on kind of as many who's #1 no-gis climbing the rank as quickly as possible.
Correct. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. But if I just stay active, that's what I love to do. You know, staying active, gi, no gi, and then just to continue to face the challenge that come my way.
Okay, sick. So your style, you've talked a little bit about improving and solidifying a new no-gi game, right? Kind of the same way I remember when we were watching you climbing up in the gi, like you were talking about. Little by little, we started to notice a lot of Tainan stuff. We would see like the way that you stayed in the mount, the way you transition. Like in no-gi, is your goal to emulate the same style, or is there a different approach?
100%. I think like I've had great role models that I've been following since I was a little kid. Guys like Marcelo Garcia in the no-gi. In the gi I had different people. And I felt like it followed through with my no-gi journey, and it made me very excited in the beginning. And that's what I feel like my game has been developed through a lot, looking up to those guys. And of course, just adapting to my style, my body type, my pace. And I try to be well-rounded, but most important, I look forward to dominate every match that I step in. So that's what I'm looking to do in every single match that I step in. And I feel like the challenge is even bigger when that's your goal.
Yeah, it is.
You know, usually you step in a match with disadvantage in any sort of area.
Just win. Just try to win. Yeah.
And I look for it different. I think that's the way how my mentality works. And if I take on the match, and I'm looking forward to dominate the person from the feet all the way to the ground into the submission.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing it. Catch it tomorrow. All right, guys, we're here with Nicky Rodriguez, and we have the main event tomorrow. I'm super excited about this. Definitely a clash of titans. We've got Nick versus Victor Hugo. So, very calm, collected as usual. How are you feeling coming into this match with a guy who's probably, I mean, do you normally fight people this close to your size, or like this much heavier than you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of the smaller heavyweights in the heavyweight division, so most of the time it's like guys that are 260, 300 pounds. So yeah, a lot of times the heavyweights I go against are much bigger than me, or around my size. So.
What were your guys' weight difference at the weigh-ins?
30 pounds, 35 pounds.
You were, what, about 240?
I'm like 230, he's like 265. So.
Okay. So with your style being so like wrestling heavy, and I feel like you do I wouldn't want to say outstrength, you outpower a lot because you're very explosive as an athlete. And I don't mean that to take away from the technicality, because when you have both of those things, it can be a very dangerous situation. So do you think that there is still a power or a strength advantage when it comes to fighting someone like Victor Hugo?
I just think that once he gets on the mat with me, it's going to be a struggle for him to keep up. I have a very different pace, different style than anybody else in the sport, and I'm looking forward to displaying that pace and style. Okay,
so pace-wise, are you do you have a plan that you feel comfortable as far as being on the feet or being on the bottom position?
I like jiu-jitsu as a whole, and wherever the match takes us, that's where I'll dominate from.
Okay. What do you think about being on a platform that has a lot of computers and lights and things right there on the edge with someone this big? You guys think you're going to keep it on the center of the mat, or is it going to be pretty wild?
Yeah, I mean, we're big boys. Victor usually lays on the ground, so it's probably not going to go off of the mats too much, you know. So, so yeah, I mean, it's be a pretty safe match. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to going out there and competing and just having a good time.
Okay. What are your goals as far as who's number one in the future? Are you looking for any particular belts?
It'd be nice to submit everyone. That'd be that's the overall. But, you know, I'm just kind of taking it for what it is and taking one match at a time.
Just have a good time.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to watching it. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Dante Leon. You know him. You love him. Spicy style, coming in hot for another belt. How are you feeling coming in here?
Oh, it's good. I think I'm like the only 155 in history to defend their belt, you know. So since somebody won the belt, they just kind of relinquished it or never defended the title. So it'll be cool to be a mainstay here and start the reign.
Yeah, start the reign. I like it, and it's fun because we see you at 150. We've seen you at so many different weight classes, right? It's really fun to see how you match up stylistically with different people. I mean, you just had a big open class win in a no-gi event. Was it with Bones?
Yeah.
Was that the match I'm thinking of in the open class? Yeah. That was that match that we had the highlight video. Like, who does this? And that was really exciting. So, what do you think? Like, when you come into a match at your weight class, does your mindset change at all versus the open as someone who's so versatile?
Things are going to change a little bit because, like I say, each body style, each person has their challenges. Pato's going to have his being, actually being shorter will actually present more challenges for me. Will also present challenges for him, me being a little bit bigger, but it is a different set of, like, you know, it's a little different bag of tricks, honestly, against him than it would be against somebody who's like 6'3", 6'4", at super heavy. So going into these matches, it takes a little bit of studying, a little bit of homework to figure out. Natural weights like 170, 77 kilo, that's where like feel good. Day before, 155 makes it easy to get back up to 77. So yeah, Pato is a guy who's a little smaller, but he's every bit as tough as anybody I've gone against at 155.
Yeah, I think you know, someone like Pato coming in at this weight class is probably one of the most, I see you use the word fierce, like he's very strong, he's very durable in these matches. When I'm thinking about the height difference you're talking about, so with someone that's taller, I know you have such a strong wrestling background, I'd love to see you take downs. It can be very difficult to get it on someone who's shorter because they're at a lower level, but I think about stuff like guillotines, right? You're so good on the head as well. So is that something that plays into the technicality that you're talking about?
I think the biggest challenge with Pato is going to be dealing with his guard. I think at the beginning of the match, he's going to look to get to his attacks as soon as possible. Whereas, you know, I'm comfortable on top, also comfortable in the guard, but most likely what's going to occur is he's going to end up on bottom. Either he gets taken down or he pulls, and I'm going to end up on top. So then it's just going to have to be an exchange of me putting passing pressure to either get to submission or get past his guard and then work from there. And most likely it's going to be him working into legs. You know, whether he's trying to sweep, whether he's trying to get on top or just submit me, he's going to be doing it from my blocks.
Okay. So tell me about the emotions coming into this match. We've talked a lot about the technicality, but you are someone who has a lot of emotion on the mat. That's why people love to watch you. You're excited to be a mainstay at 55, like you said. Tell me how you're actually feeling coming into this match. Is it excitement? Is it nerves? Is it like intensity? What's going on there? You guys have never fought before, so it's definitely a little bit of unknown.
I like that. I like when I haven't fought against somebody. I like when I get to have somebody new that just builds my resume, and somebody who has the decoration that he has. He has world titles. He has medals in ADCC. He has a title that was #1. That does huge for my brand. That does huge for my legacy, having a win over him. My whole reason to do this shit is because I love it and because I want to fucking beat the shit out of people, honestly. I don't really have a desire to like scrape by or do something so the judges can see that I looked good or that I took him down or that I, you know, didn't defend the submission even though it almost broke my leg, you know, things like that. I want to go out there, impose my will, set the tone and dominate him. It's the same against him as it is everybody else, you know what I mean? And it's nothing against him or anybody specific. This is just like me doing what I want to do, you know what I mean? This is how I express myself, this is how I'm happy, so this is how I want to do it.
Love it, love it. We can see that when we watch, and we're so excited to watch tomorrow. Thanks. Okay guys, we're here with Victor Hugo. The main event of the evening, we're gonna have Victor fighting Nicky Rod. Now you guys fought like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So what happened in that match? Tell me a little bit about it.
It was a short match. I believe it was 6 minutes.
Okay.
I was more active, so the judges picked me for the overtime. I was able to start in a better position than him. And I still pushed the
It was like
no, it was kind of like a unique rule set.
Okay.
Like after the draw, you could pick top close guard, bottom close guard, or standing.
I remember.
So I picked him to play close guard. I tried to keep him on the ground, he stood right up, and then I pulled guard again. But I was a little bit more active, just like the first match. Nothing much happened, and I ended up winning by decision. But both matches were shorter than this match, so I think the 15 minutes would be interesting to see how it goes. And I think today we're different moments. You know, I think he's way more confident in jiu-jitsu, and so am I. I've been proving that in the competitions, and it's gonna be a great test for me in Nogi.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, we just recently saw you guys both on the same card, not fighting each other at a different event. So how are you feeling coming in with a 15-minute match? Someone who is, you know, big, strong, explosive, like has a really fun style to watch, and you have a very explosive when you need it, but also slow, controlled, dominant fashion. What should we expect?
Yeah, I think it's a perfect combination of styles, you know, like I believe I'm more dynamic, but also he's way more used to the no-gi rule set. And it's just a good thing for me that he's coming off of a win, so there's no excuses, you know, like he's straight up, people know that I'm testing myself against the best. My last opponent, he was in the spirit of the promotion that we fought. So that's what I look for, you know, keep finding the good challenges and proving myself as to be one of the best in gi and no-gi. Okay,
so when you're taking matches, what's going through your mind is like, how can I add the best thing to my resume? Does that sound right?
Pretty much. And I'm not afraid of taking risks. Of course, you know, we gotta manage the camp and everything, see if the match makes sense. But if it's someone that makes sense, I'm definitely, you know, more than excited to fight this person. And him, you know, he's living a great momentum on and off the mats. His brand got way bigger than when it's just fought. And I think it's just going to be a good opportunity for me and for him as well to compete against each other.
I think so too. I mean, talk a little bit about when you're thinking of matches you're going to take. It's different than 3 years ago or 2 years ago when you're really building your brand as a black belt world champion. Now, as you know, you become more established, do you feel like you have to be more picky and choosy? I know you say you're not afraid of taking risks, but at the same time, you want to add to your resume. What has that experience been like in the last year?
It's been good. What I'm trying to think is like make it where I'm facing real competitors, you know. So people, you know, so it's like almost like explicit that I'm on the top of the division. Of course, you know, per tournaments you can choose who you're gonna fight, but when it comes down to like a super fight, I'm always looking to almost be climbing up the ranks. I know Jiu-Jitsu there's no like official rank, there's different ranks in different promotions. But one of the ways that you can kind of like see that is by your match record and who you're fighting and who they have won before or who they just fought. So just like a combination of different things, you know, I think wins. The rankings itself, FloGrappling has good rankings, how much they've been winning and all of that combined together, you gotta find who makes the most sense. And I'm really open to fight anyone, but when it comes down to a main event, you gotta be two big names, you know? And I think we both are well known for having exciting matches. And the most interesting thing about this event too is like we have such a lot of stars on the event. Maybe we got Valentine and Dalpra, so it's a big honor for me to just be huge honor, like I say, to be a headline of the event with just like such stars of the sport.
Yeah, it's studded for sure. Talk to me a little bit about the emotional experience coming in. Like, do you still get really excited to be the main event? Do you feel like nervous or intense when you're going out to have a match against someone who is like such a big, strong, explosive person? I mean, that's saying, you know, you're able to control those guys all the time. Like, how do you feel emotionally when you sign that document and you're walking out there to do a fight like that?
I mean, just like I get pumped, you know, like I was looking, you know, here and there I look back at pictures when I just started, they pop up on Facebook and stuff like that when I was just like a blue belt, just trying to compete whatever tournament showed up. And nowadays be leading, you know, be the main event of one of the biggest jiu-jitsu events in the world is just like, you know, just lots of love, passion and sweat and hard work and we got here. So it was just exciting to sign the contract. And as I said, like when you see the event as a whole, all these stars that are part of it, it just makes it even bigger, you know? I know this is not like a BCC or World Championship, but I take it very seriously just because of how big the event is itself. There's a big names here, and it's just gonna mean a lot for me, for my brand, for my career to get one win in such a big part as this event. So that's how like my mindset was around it. And I think the best way for me to show how grateful I am for this opportunity is just put on a show and get the win.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to watch it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go.
Anyway, we've got Adele here. And Adele has an awesome match with Tubby and Alequin. But that's actually what we're going to talk about second. The first thing we need to talk about is we've got some style happening today with Adele. Tell us a little bit about the hat nails combo. Give us a little shot of that. I mean, that stole the show for me at the press conference. So talk to us a little bit about the energy coming into this match.
Like we want to bring a bit of style to the match, but we want to bring a bit of daddy energy. You know, we want to bring that alpha energy. You know, we want to show that the boys aren't stealing that from us. We want to take some of that daddy energy back, and that's what we're trying to kind of throw at the audience at the moment. Some style, some daddy energy, some alphaness. You know.
I love it. And you said you've been getting some weird looks going to the hotel, kind of.
People been looking at me funny with it. I think people are a little bit jealous. People ask me where I got it, you know. I don't know. Maybe put a link up online. Maybe
this is your new merch. That's your new merch. We've got the daddy line. I love it. I mean, we're in California, so people don't really make fun of anything you wear here. You can just kind of like have anything going on.
People love daddy energy, especially in Cali. People love daddy energy in Cali.
They do. It's very, very true. So going into this match with Tubby, who I would argue has quite a bit of daddy energy herself. I mean, she's a gangster. How do you see that match playing out and bringing that intensity?
Yeah, she's been around for a minute. Like she always has fire matches. She always has a lot of energy in her matches. She's relentless. She's well-rounded, which is great. Like it works really well for me because I want to show that I'm well-rounded. I want to show that I can bring that energy. I want to show that even though it's kind of my debut year, I'm still like coming up. That I can roll with these guys that have been on that stage a lot. That are used to that pressure, those audiences, that camera. You know, I'm getting there. I'm right up there with everybody else.
I know you really are climbing. Like for those of you guys who don't know, Adele is not only here on Who's Number One making a big fight, but she's an ADCC veteran. But also you've had really incredible matches in the gi this year. I mean, you're really well rounded. Like you got a very close match with Sebastian. I mean, that was a huge moment for I think the gi fans to see a different side of you moving into the black belt stage than we had seen before. So how do you feel as far as your climb, like emotionally coming into this match, getting that last minute call? How does it feel to be like, okay, I'm climbing up and like boom, all of a sudden, big shot of Who's Number One?
I'm a right place, right time kind of person. Like if it's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. You know, we were talking about some matches. We were talking about matches in the 115, but there's not many people in that 115 that want the match. So I'm trying to keep that one a little bit more alive as well. But they say 125, I take a 125.
Yeah.
I'll take the opportunities that come, and it was too good to not take. You know, I'm excited for it.
That's right. I love it. We're excited to see it. Can't wait for tomorrow. We're going to bring that daddy energy. We got the Tubby gangster energy coming in. It's going to be a fire matchup, and I think you guys are going to steal the show.
Let's go for it.
Go for it. That's totally fine. Yeah, last time I competed here, halfway through my match, my opponent complained that I was too sweaty, and you guys stopped the match for like 5 minutes, let him recover while you wipe me down. I just want to make sure that's not going to happen again, and I'm allowed to sweat.
I mean, I don't know what you look very sweaty on the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you know, you look very shiny as well. So I was trying to make sure that you not just don't have anything going on.
Definitely check me pre-match and post-match for whatever you want, but please don't stop the match just because I'm sweating.
No, of course. I mean, that was a lesson learned to everyone. It looked odd to me, to be honest with you.
No problem.
And you know, there were complaints about, and I made a decision to wipe you down on the spot so we could keep going with the match.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had many matches that were not very exciting to watch, and we asked you please to not let this happen again. What's up? Guys, thank you very much. What's up?
Action. All right. Welcome to the really fancy world, glamorous world of Who's Number One. Basically, let's see where we're at today. We had the press conference and the weigh-ins, and now pretty much everyone gathers in the hotel lobby to, like, the content team works on content. I work on my own stuff. I do content, or honestly, like, right now I'm working on emails, or I'm talking to our sales team, or I'm posting, I'm doing my own stuff. So here in the hotel, we had lunch. Michelle and I went to grab little cafes. And it's kind of weird in Orange County because I used to live here, so I actually know this area really well. I'm not too far from home, so I feel like I'm at home, but I'm at a hotel. It's like a little staycation. So I'll be working tonight, go to the gym, probably get a little sweat on, and then have dinner, have an early night, and go to sleep. But right now I'm about to make like a post of Tubby and Adele. It's so freaking cute. Look at that. Stop. Tubby. They're the best. So I'm super excited for their match tomorrow. All right, guys, it's show day. Good morning. I'm getting a manicure. Ideally, I would have done this before this morning, but it just didn't work out that way. So getting my nails done, something that guys do not have to worry about. And also, as a competitor, it is funny because I always do my nails before I compete, so it's actually not that different than like when I'm competing. Although it's not usually the morning of, it's like the week of. But yeah, it's funny. I was texting like Ricardo and the Who's Number One guys. I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna be a little bit late because I started my nail appointment late, and I know that you guys don't have to worry about any of that, but that's my excuse. The thing with the guys, a little bit smaller. Yeah, thank you. Thing with the guys is they don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Like their turnaround time to get ready for the show is so fast. They like leave rehearsals and they're like don't have to do anything. I mean, half of them are bald. But then for me, I'm like, I need time to go back to the hotel and like do my hair, and they don't understand. They don't understand these things.
We haven't started yet, but as soon as you get here, great.
Yes. Okay. I'm literally like.
We're not like started.
Okay, that's good.
Production's good.
Okay. Okay, I'm literally 3 minutes away and we're almost done, but the girl was feeling really bad. They had like a mix up with who was coming in, and anyway, so it just got really behind, but we'll be there shortly.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Bye. Ricardo goes, take your time and hurry up. I'm here for you. You're on camera.
Oh, me? I'm sorry. I didn't know you were talking about.
No, I was just, waiting here and just
so
sucking
sorry.
my
That's
thumb
so-
until
I'm
you
so
started
sorry.
paying attention
That's
to
so
me.
rude.
Ricardo doesn't actually like me. He just pretends on camera.
Come
It's
on.
fine. Got Ricardo. We're going to be rocking the show tonight. And then, of course, none other than Sean Williams over there, one of my favorite commentators to listen to and commentate with. Oh, you're fine. Sorry. We get real bossy around here. And then, who else? We have some other special guests. Jake Watson. Should probably introduce. Oh, I'm so sorry to kick you.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Jake Watson, but no one cares because Andre Galvan's here.
This for the vlog. This is behind the scenes.
Oh, are you the vlog?
She is, yes, she is the vlog here.
Well, very cool.
All right, so we're here at the hangar. We're gonna do some run-throughs of the event. First, we're gonna do the pre-show, because the pre-show, this is gonna be a little different, because a lot of times we do the pre-show with Shanji, but Shanji's not doing the pre-show with us this time. Andre Galvao is gonna be jumping in, so Jake and myself and Andre are gonna be doing the pre-show, and I think the post-show as well. So we're gonna run through that, and then we do like a whole thing where we run through all the matches, so we're gonna do that too, and then I'll like pretend I'm interviewing one of the production people, and they say ridiculous things. It's really non-jiu-jitsu-y, but it's pretty fun. And yeah, get all the kinks out, get everything smooth, and mostly just fuck around. So that's all I'm here to do.
Up next, the co-main event, where Nicky Rod is going to take on a person coming up to a big challenge, Kenta Iwamoto of the B team. Kendall, give me your thoughts on this matchup. What's Kenta Iwamoto got to do to win?
Man, what does anybody have to do to beat Nico Galvao? First of all, right? I mean, this is a really exciting match. They originally had Nicky Ryan say for this match. Kenta jumped in, took the challenge as a replacement due to an injury, and then him coming into this match is exciting because you can see on the screen here, right? He's gone against amazing competitors such as Dante, who's an ACC veteran.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we actually have an interview with Richard Boogeyman Martinez with Ricardo and Adele. Ricardo?
What's up, guys? What do you think about the matchup with Dory and Kyle Chambers? Good stuff, yeah, he's going to be doing some great.
We got the pre-show done. It's always a lot messier before than it is. For some reason, when it gets live, we all get real serious. We're gonna do the interviews now, so I'll just practice like where the athletes are gonna go, how I'm gonna walk them out, how I'm gonna send them back, and where I'm gonna stand. Because we gotta like decide what we want in the background of the camera that shows on screen, and also what's good for the fans. Because sometimes the best shot for the camera means I'm like looking away from the crowd that's in person. It's kind of awkward, so we'll figure that out a little bit. We're gonna run through that. Honestly, I'm really sad with how my nails turned out. I haven't gotten to really talk about that yet, but I'm very upset about it. So when I'm on screen, instead of being like this, I'm gonna like try to hide my fingers.
Via unanimous decision, your winner, Ashley Funegra.
Ashley Pedigo, what an incredible submission victory. Flying triangle, definitely not what we expected here tonight. Yes, hello. We've made it. Back at the hotel. We were a little stressed at rehearsal today because we were a lot behind schedule. It just happens sometimes, not that glamorous. And we're at the hotel, so now I'm gonna get ready. We did rehearsals, we got everything. I slammed that burrito during rehearsals. I'm probably gonna make some coffee in my hotel room on the way out of here, so I have that at the show because I like a little more caffeine before we get going. So I'm gonna shower, need to shave and get all like a little dolphin, and then I'm gonna get dressed. Then normally I get dressed last, but since you guys are here with me, I'm gonna get dressed first, so that's appropriate. Then I'm gonna do probably my makeup first and then my hair last. Then we're gonna rock and roll. I'm super excited, but I gotta do this in like all 60 minutes, which full glam in 60 minutes is fucking crazy, but we're gonna make it happen. And then drag it out, but I go up at an angle where like a winged eyeliner would be. And I just press all of that in, and I swear this is like I'll do this even if I only have like blush and concealer on, and it just makes me look awake and alive all day. But especially on camera. And it sets my concealer so it doesn't get chunky under my eyes or creasy. So my friend Megs, she has this amazing company called Get Stoned, and it was face rhinestones. and she just launched her first eyeshadow palette as well. But her company was like super big. They started using that show Euphoria, like all the face rhinestones, that's her. And then she just made this. So we are gonna go in with this stone palette for the first time. I'm breaking new ground on this palette, and it's very shimmery, so I'm gonna be very careful with that. So I already did a little bit of like an uplift with the contour itself. So I'm gonna be very like, what's the word? Conservative with the glitter, because I haven't used this palette before and I know it's super, super pigmented. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of champagne. That's kind of my style. I love very like neutral glitters. Is there such thing as a neutral glitter? I don't know. I'm gonna put this all over my lid. Oh my god, it's so glittery. If I keep trying to talk to you guys while I get ready, it's gonna take me way too long. So I'm gonna get my shit together, get ready really fast, fix this, and I'll see you guys at the show. What's up, guys? Welcome to Who's Number One. We're here, we got lipstick, we got mascara, we got a bow. And we needed some feminine energy for this show tonight, so I'm super excited. We're about to go get started with the pre-show right now. I got mic'd up. They're calling me. I gotta go, but enjoy the show. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and I'll catch up with you guys later.
Let's get to our first fight of the evening.
How does it feel to start Who's Number One off with such a bang?
Thank you for having me, guys. I'm blessed to be here.
Who can they look to tune into?
I don't have anybody in particular, but any like black belt, either 110 or 115 would be great to try and set it up.
Daniel Sattler, what a lightning fast submission here. What was going through your mind as you jumped into that triangle?
Yeah, I was actually training that a lot, you know. In this super fight, it was a great opportunity for me to study my opponent a lot, because I knew it was gonna be only one match, one fight, so it was all focused on him. And I had like that move that, I drew that every day, you know.
Elijah Dorsey with a big submission here. I gotta ask what everyone's wondering. Do you have a name for that? What are we calling that? Walk us through what happened there at the end.
So when they're controlling one of my hands and their elbows up, then shoulder lock. I mean, there's no special name for it, just a shoulder lock. You call it a big rectus lock if you want, but you know, patent pending. It's like nah. But yeah, that's been working on that shoulder lock a lot.
For yourself here on Who's Number One. What does it mean to come back in a different point in your career? ADCC Trials champion, big year ahead. How does it feeling?
It feels incredible, honestly.
It's important to note that you came in on about a week's notice, right? You were a last-minute fill-in here. Clearly, it was a great call. You came out with a fast submission victory. But what should we expect to see in this division now that you've made your way onto the Who's Number One winning streak?
Look, 125 is a great division for me. I feel really comfortable here. I definitely want to crack at that title. You know, like this event, this fight was supposed to be for the title. So I feel like my name's definitely in the ring for that title fight.
Congratulations, we got another big no-gi win here for you. Can you tell me if there's anything that surprised you in this match tonight, anything they weren't expecting? I mean, tell us about the match, what did you think?
It was a good match. Hats off to Taza for taking this match, but he did a good job today, and I have enough footage and tools that I need to work on now.
So do you plan to continue to defend 2 different titles at the same time?
Let me take a rest a little bit. I changed like, hey!
Baixou a cabeça, entra agora. Aí. Agora. Tá bom, vem cá. Pega mesmo. Vai por tudo agora. Não pegar por fora. Trabalha no chão pra pegar. Prendeu o braço já. Tem que trabalhar no chão. 4 minutos. 4 minutos.
I'm always driven by submission. That was my objective from minute 15 until the last minute. I knew that this could be a 15-minute match because, you know, Kenta won already 3 ADCC trials. He did crazy matches at ADCC. I know that the Brazilian public doesn't know much about him, but it's still, the guy was just a freak. So props to him, a lot of respect before the match, and even more now.
For me, it's a chance to show my value in where I stand, and I believe I stand on the top of the heavyweight division.
It's her. So this is actually I think this is the first Who's Number One. My parents have watched me interview that. Dad, have you been to a Who's Number One with me before?
Huh?
Have you been to a Who's Number One with me before?
I think so.
Say hi to the camera.
Texas.
Yeah? No, I don't think not a Who's Number One.
Hi, camera.
Anyway, both my parents are here. It was really cute. My parents, my boyfriend, like a bunch of my friends and teammates, and it was really, really cool to have everyone here. It actually made me more nervous because I was like, oh, I'm like performing in front of the people that I actually know in real life. And man, Who's Number One 22, this crowd was fucking insane. Like, everyone was stoked. We had some lightning. We had, I think, probably the most submissions I've seen on a Who's Number One card. There's one other card that sticks out in my mind that was similar, but we had some of the fastest submissions of all time. We got double champs with Pato. It was insane. And honestly, like, as somebody who sits and watches a lot of these shows, like literally as my job that I'm hired to do that, this is one of the only shows recently I could say that I've seen that I would actually sit and rewatch many of the matches. Like, to study, for entertainment. If you guys did not watch all the full-length matches, go to Flow and watch them. It was so freaking good, and I had a lot of fun. So I think this show was fun because I really tried to dig a little bit deep on the interview questions and ask some different questions that I normally ask, and like dig into stuff that I've seen them post on Instagram. And I'm always like sitting, waiting to ask them questions, and I think my job as an interviewer is literally just to make the stars more of a star. I just want to make them shine. That's my job. Like, make them shinier, make the crowd interested, give them more fans, make people interested in their backstories, and give them an opportunity to say the stuff that makes them who they are. So I sit there and I think like, okay, what can I ask them? What questions can we go into? And I feel really good about my work tonight because I feel like we got a lot of great moments in those post-match interviews that the athletes can feel good about. They can clip up and post on their Instagram, and also just fans got to see a little bit more behind the scenes of like, what does an amazing athlete think of? We got just lights out on us, that's fine. What does an amazing athlete think about when they lose a submission? Or what does an incredible A-list athlete think about when they get mounted? Like, these are the kind of questions that as an athlete I want to be asked, because I want to give that kind of insight to the fans rather than only who do you want to fight next. I mean, everyone wants to know that too, but we also want to know what's going on in the mind and the emotional side of a competitor, because we always get to see the jiu-jitsu side. So when I can open up a little bit, and I'm so grateful that the athletes are open to it and they play the game too and they want to go there, it's super fun. I think we get to have a good time together, so I definitely enjoyed my time here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing a little bit of behind the scenes. I've never been able to share quite this much of behind the scenes of Who's Number One Day for me, and hopefully pretty soon here we'll also be having a behind the scenes of me competing on Who's Number One, which is funny because I know I keep talking about like competing, not competing, competing, not competing, but it's hard when I stay here and watch all these matches. I'm like, I love it. It's so much fun. And I just love my people. I think jiu-jitsu is a really great avenue. Like, competing in jiu-jitsu is a very volatile, crazy place to do self-improvement in front of all the people that love you, right? That's a pretty unique situation. So anytime that challenge is presented, I get a little itchy to jump back into it myself. So I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit behind the scenes. Thank you guys so much for being here watching. This is so fun to be able to produce content like this in a new way. And I'm just happy you guys are here. So thanks for coming along to ride.